Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla, Gibran Hernandez. We are here to make sure that your real estate business is growing right alongside with ours. Don't forget that we're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Again, that's Tuesday and Thursday, 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. And we love to get feedback from you guys while we are live on the show. So drop all your questions, comments, concerns, likes, unlikes, angry faces, you name it, down below. We love to hear from you, and we love to chat with you live on the show. We have a great show planned out for you guys today. A lot of it we're going to be discussing over some big companies being sued for doing some kind of fraudulent things, in my opinion, but we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Get into it. And it has to do with leads and stuff that we're buying as realtors, lenders, investors, anyone out there in the industry. It's stuff that we are paying for, so it's something that we definitely want to discuss. But before we get to that, I would love to bring you guys back down memory lane. Now, I don't know if you remember this or not, but do you remember the times, the days where we used to create seller campaigns and send them letters, like handwritten letters? Now, of course, we didn't personally handwrite them ourselves, but we had a strategy for creating letters that looked handwritten.
It legitimately looked handwritten.
They appeared handwritten. Now, do you remember that every once in a while, and it didn't happen all the time, but every once in a while, someone would take the time out of their busy day to write a letter back, or like write on our letter and say something really rude on top of that? Do you remember those? And then like send it back to us. And I remember the one that somebody sent back that was like, hey, you roaches, this, that, and the other.
No, I was thinking, you bumped me, but I'm thinking about putting up the voicemail, because I have a voicemail from a lady who called, and she was so upset. She's like, why are you doing this to me? And she's like,
like distraught?
She's like, you keep sending me letters, and I don't know why you're doing this to me. And it's like, man, we sent her like 2 letters. I wonder if she calls like Albertsons or Walgreens and is like, hey, why are you doing this to me, Albertsons? I don't want to buy groceries this week. So I'm going to see if I can find that voicemail. I'm trying to think of where it's at.
But the reason I bring that up is because I feel like in real estate, we as salespeople should have a clear understanding that other salespeople, that's what they do to make money. Yeah. That's how they push their businesses forward. That's how they feed their kids, their family. And this morning I ran into a realtor on one of our local groups. And I won't say who it is or what their name is, but she was complaining about being contacted for clicking on one of the links on HAR.
So you know the new Remind service.
The new Remind service, which by the way, it's really great service.
Really awesome. It has some great features.
It's going to change the way that we operate as listing agents, or really for investors too. I mean, it's got some operations.
Well, it's going to change the way that people are going to market if they want to use it. I mean, because Realist changed the way that you market. Yeah. But some people didn't use it.
Don't go too far down the tangent, guys.
Yeah. Well, the point is,
I appreciate that.
Remind is a really great service. And the only reason we're saying that is because Gibran and I went to the training yesterday. Yeah. And so I see this complaint about somebody calling from Remind saying, hey, we noticed that you clicked on our link. Yeah. Would you like to upgrade to the next service? And the complaint was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe someone's calling me. I don't want. And it's like,
and they're like, no. It literally was like, whatever you do, don't click on there, or you will get a sales call. And I'm like, wait, you're a salesperson.
Exactly.
Like, why would you be upset about it? And then take the time to go on Facebook and let everybody else know that they're going to get a sales call. And I just thought it was funny because I saw the comment that you posted.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
What did you post?
Come on, man. That's like the first thing you notified me. It was like Alan went and hated.
No,
like that's Facebook. Facebook's new notifications.
It wasn't that I hated.
Alan has hated.
Alan has hated.
It baffles me that if you're a salesperson, and that's the thing, real estate agents forget that they are salespeople. That's what they are here to do.
Or maybe they don't know in the first place.
There's some people that are just in denial.
Yeah.
They refuse to believe that they are salespeople.
Yeah.
And so that kind of person is the one who said on there, she was like, well, I don't ever have to make cold calls to keep my business going.
And I'm a successful agent.
And I'm thinking, okay, well, you've never had a referral?
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. Har referred you to Remind because in exchange for that referral, Remind is giving Har services for free.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You don't
that you get to enjoy.
So you're telling me use to build your business.
One of your clients has never referred you, and you haven't called that person and said, hey, by the way, someone referred you to me. How can I help you with your real estate? And so what would happen if that person that you called went on Facebook and complained, don't you ever speak to this person again because all of a sudden their realtor is going to call you? You know, it's like, come on. We have to understand that someone is always selling and someone is always closing.
I think I found that voicemail.
You did?
I think after the break, I'm going to listen to it during the break.
You got to listen to it first just to make sure it's kosher.
Yeah, I got to make sure it's so right for the radio. Yeah.
Anyways, point of the story is, guys, we're in real estate. Please don't spend your time, your valuable time, which should be spent on income-producing activities like calling your circle of influence if you don't have any leads, or if you've bought leads, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, calling all of those leads and converting them, whether that means you call them once or 100 times, totally up to you. But you have to call people and you have to ask them for the business. And when someone calls you, you cannot be upset about that. In fact, some of the best strategies that we've come up with here have come from other salespeople calling us. We either figure out if they are horrible salespeople or if they have a really great script that they're running. And those are all things that you can literally take and say, hey, how can I plug that into our business?
That's a great way to look at it.
I completely agree. And that's what I do. When salespeople call me, I listen for, is this a good salesperson or is this a bad salesperson?
So I gave someone the my dog died trick the other day.
Oh, God. Yeah. And what happened?
So in some of the sales training that we've gone to, somebody said, don't ever, in a sales call, don't ever ask, how are you doing today? Because what happens when someone says, my dog died? Right? So Gibran and I were like, we're going to say my dog died every time someone asks us, how are we doing today? Just to see what they say. And a really good salesperson always has a good follow-up. The bad people are like, I don't know what to do. I'm hanging up.
Goodbye.
Anyways, we have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll talk about someone who's being sued that everyone must know about. Yep. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop. They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555. Or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com. Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is a place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore, 80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, before we went to break, I promised everyone that I had found the voicemail, and during the break, I listened to it, and it was not the voicemail.
It was not the voicemail.
It was
at
not
all.
something that I would want to be played on the air, so we're not going to play that.
Please don't share that.
But what I do want to do is I want to give one piece of advice to salespeople out there, and it's something that I learned, and it's something that is just absolutely true. And it's the rule of what you resist persists.
No doubt.
And what I mean by that is, if you absolutely resist salespeople, people will resist you when trying to make a sale. And you'll never be able to fully embrace the sales process until you stop being so annoyed and so frustrated by other salespeople.
That's right.
And what will happen is, over time, as you stop resisting salespeople, you'll start to gain an appreciation for the high-level salespeople.
That's right.
And you'll start to actually feel a little bit bad for the low-level salespeople.
And here's the thing. There is the realtor out there right now that's watching this show, possibly the person that complained on Facebook this morning, and her advocate, which is fine, who are going to come back and say...
By her advocate, he means like the one cheerleader that came in her defense.
The one cheerleader that came up and was like, yeah, I'm never going to click on Remind. And it's like, okay, great. You're not going to know about this awesome technology. You just, fooled yourself.
You lost out.
You lost out. But here's the deal. They're going to say, well, we're not salespeople. We're here to serve. We're here to serve the community. You are here to serve your client and represent your client. But let me tell you something. If you really want to serve your client, if you are a sharp salesperson, you get the best deals for them. You negotiate better. You make sure that your client is being served properly by having keen sales skills.
Absolutely.
When you don't have that, you have put your client at a disadvantage.
Oh, and I say this all the time to anyone who ever says, I'm not a salesperson. I say, no, you just suck at sales.
Yeah.
And that's why you claim that you're not a salesperson. Because let me tell you something. Whenever all of your friends want to go to freaking Chacho's Mexican and you want to go eat somewhere else and you want to convince them, that's called sales. That's the process of you selling them on why you don't want to go to wherever they want to go to and you want to go somewhere else.
Absolutely.
And
usually BB's strategy is getting all sad and mopey. Oh, whatever.
no, that's a pretty solid sales strategy. If your friends really love you, they don't want you to be sad. But you got to establish how sad you are. Like, oh man.
Kick around your leg a little bit.
That's a completely different strategy. But look, point of the matter is, if you're in real estate and you haven't caught on to the fact that you are a salesperson, or you should have sales skills and abilities, you are probably likely never going to make it to the top.
No.
Plain and simple. You can sit here and cheer yourself on and say that you close 10 or 15 transactions a year and you feel that you're possibly making it, but we all know what you're really making. You can't fool anybody else except yourself.
No, and see, the problem is with the people who say, I'm not a salesperson, that's great. But let me tell you one thing, and this is something everyone has to deal with, whether you think you're a salesperson or not. When you go out there on a listing appointment, or you go out there on a buyer's rep agreement, and they ask you questions like, hey, are you willing to cut your commission down to 1% or 2%? If you're not a salesperson, you're the idiot who cuts their commission down to 1% or 2%.
And by the way, you're also the problem to the industry.
Yeah.
Because you're cutting your commissions down to 1% and trying to provide a valuable service, but you're not making any money while doing it.
No.
So you end up providing a bad service. You end up being frustrated. You possibly frustrate your client. And then someone else comes behind you who does know about sales, who has the abilities to close, and says, I'm going to do it, but here's my price, and here's why you're going to pay me what I'm worth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's where people really forget. There's a lot more to being a real estate agent than just opening the doors. And 90% of that, a lot more, has to deal with sales.
That's right.
It's like you said, you got to negotiate the contract. You got to get it out there. You got to sell the other agent on the deal. Then you've got inspections, and now that's another negotiation. And you got to sell and help sell your client's position in that deal. All the way to the closing, now you're having to sell your client on their jitters and on their, what do they call it, buyer's remorse that they may be feeling, cold feet. You got to be able to sell them across all of those hurdles. So if you're going to resist a simple sales call, hi, hi, this is Remine. I saw that you clicked on HER. Screw you. I hate you. This is the word. Jesus Christ. It's like, calm down.
Yeah. And don't go spend your time on Facebook. And I love this because if
Yeah,
she, if
not
her-
only did
if
she
the
get
post-
upset,
if
but
the
she
post
went to
would've
go
been like,
complain.
hey, I can help you buy or sell or something regarding real estate, that would have been even more productive, even though that would have been a bad post. It would have been a more productive post than just spending 10 minutes complaining about it. At the end of the day, I love it because it gave me something to rant about on today's show.
Yeah.
And this creates valuable content for us. And our listeners right now are saying, okay, let me not go and complain on Facebook because that's probably
And
not
Alan's
productive.
gonna call me out of
That's
the
not a
ruckus.
productive thing to do.
And I'll leave it with this before we jump into our next topic. We're not saying to just fall and be gullible for any sales pitch. That's not what I mean by embracing a sales process. But what I mean is don't be upset about the fact that people are attempting to sell a product.
Yeah.
And if you're not interested, just let them know that. Look,
Yeah.
listen, I'm not interested. Thanks for calling. Have a great day. And you hang up the phone and you
That's
let it
it.
go. But that's it. And the more you reject that sales process, people will reject your sales process. It's just the way it works.
It will show in your performance, no doubt about it. And speaking of performance, rejection, and items that are important to real estate, how about this class action lawsuit over some non-viable leads? Now, we're just talking about the fact that we have to call leads, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of real estate agents get into the business, and really anyone, they get into the real estate industry and say, okay, the first set of people that I'm going to call is my circle of influence, my sphere of influence. I'm going to call them. I'm going to let them know what I'm doing. I'm going to ask them for the business. I'm going to ask them for referrals, and I'm going to put them on an ongoing campaign to continuously remind them, because those are the people that already know me and trust me. So those are the base people that are going to continue to help me improve.
Yeah.
But at some point or another, that well dries up or it slows down just a little bit. And then you have to go out there and possibly invest in buying some leads.
I agree.
Now, where you buy those leads, completely up to you. We're not fans of some, we're fans of others. But I will tell you that I'm certainly not a fan of someone selling me a lead and selling it to someone else at the same time and profiting from both of us.
Especially when they say they don't do that.
That's right. And so I think it comes down to disclosure. And I think that's what's happened here recently with Realtor.com.
Yeah.
Now, as much as I like the platform and as much as I admire what they've done for the industry, they have now gotten in some trouble because there are two agents who have gone out and said, you know what, enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I got to say, if they wanted to police this more, I suppose that they could. But I'm going to play advocate of Realtor.com and every other lead service provider. They never claim that these leads are generated, exclusive. That one single client is that single person. What they tell you is these are form fills. These are websites that we've spent a lot of money to build.
Yeah.
People are coming to the website. They're filling in information, and every time somebody fills it in, it goes out as a lead to one agent. That's Realtor.com. Now, Zillow, they tell you, we send it out to 3 agents.
Right.
So they're being honest with you with what they're doing with that person's data. Now, it seems like the complaint here has to deal with, I go in and I fill in a form, and now it goes to you.
Yeah.
And then I go back and I fill in the form again for another house, and now it goes to David.
Yeah.
Well, it's still just me, the same person, but I've now filled in that form twice. And these people are upset that Realtor.com is not sifting that out. Now, in my opinion, that's just the way that buying leads works sometimes. There's only so many form fills that you can get through those services, and it really depends on how you're working those leads.
I think one of the things that they're bringing up is, well, couldn't Realtor.com and some of these other websites filter some of them based on the IP addresses? Couldn't they say, well, we've already had a submission from this IP address, meaning that computer per se,
Sure.
and that's it. We're not going to redistribute that lead.
But see,
again.
that you can tell this is somebody who doesn't really understand tech, because that's such a rudimentary way to actually filter something. Because, for example, we're all connected to the router here at the White Picket office, right? If somebody were to come in here, it's going to show the same IP address, whether it's your computer, David's computer, my computer, or any of the other 50 agents who come in and out of here at any given point in time. And that same thing applies.
Is that because we have a static IP address?
That's because we have a router. The router
Yeah,
has one IP
we're all
address.
on the same router. There's several different computers.
So
on
it
the same
doesn't,
router.
it's what you're thinking, and this is why I said that's a very rudimentary, is the MAC address. But you don't always get that information, especially if you're going through an encrypted router, which most people have. So this is most people go. Let's say
What did
people
you just say? Can you speak English?
Yes, I am going to speak English.
The point is, is there a way to filter these leads or not?
But that's what I'm trying to explain. I go to a Starbucks. Okay, yeah. I sign into the Starbucks network. David signs in, you sign in, Brandon signs in. A million other people go to Starbucks network in a day. All that network for that store is going to show the same IP address for everyone who comes through that store.
Okay.
So, and then you might log in there, you might log in at home as well and do another form fill. So now you got 2 separate IP addresses
for the same person.
But it's the same person.
So what about just name and phone number?
I think that you could filter out and say, hey, look, the name and phone number are the same.
And that is one of the complaints.
And go ahead and scrape that away and get rid of those because those are obvious duplicates. Now, if the name and the phone number are different or the name and the email are different, man, it's really hard to know.
I see the issue here, though, is the name, the phone number are the same. And Realtor.com is telling us, hey, it's only going to one person, but they're charging for 2. See, they're still making money. Well, no,
because it's not just me filling it in once and then they sell it twice. It's actually me filling it out twice and them selling it twice.
Yeah.
So it is a 1-to-1 form fill to lead ratio.
Got it.
Well, see, that they should be clear about that. I don't know. I haven't read the fine print on Realtor.com.
And I'm sure that if you go into their terms of service, it explains that.
If it's per each unique form fill is exclusive, then I would understand that. This lawsuit is stating that, Move.com or Realtor.com, they say that leads will be exclusive. However, they're being provided to multiple people.
They're being delivered bogus leads.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that if they were saying that it was that I was being sold, I filled it out once and I'm being sold to 10 different agents, that's obviously not cool. That to me is a scam.
Yeah.
That's not exclusive at all if you're selling my same lead to 10 different people.
They also tell you that you will receive a certain number of leads per month. And one of the other complaints is that, I was going to receive certain leads per month, but the same person is doing multiple form fills. And so I'm basically getting sold the same lead, but
so you're
telling me I'm going to get
4 or 5 times for the same lead.
That has to be very frustrating. I can see the agents who are upset about that. It's not even that it's going to different agents. It's I'm getting the same person 10 times, and heck, you promised me 100 leads, but 10 of those were one person who filled out the form
and sometimes,
over and over and over.
For $200-$300, it's only 4 leads that are promised.
Oh wow, really?
Certain zip codes,
zip codes
So if one of those is a duplicate, that's a heavy hit to the pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and when you explain it that way, I can really see both sides, and this will be a really interesting case because what happens in this case will determine how big giants like Zillow are going to start to manage their, because if they win this case against Realtor.com, Zillow may be next on the chopping block because I'm sure they have some of the exact same problems.
I don't like people being sued, but things like this do set precedents, and it makes everyone a little more clear on how they're going to handle the business and make it better overall for us. All right, we have to take a quick commercial break. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop. They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555. Or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com. Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is the place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore, 80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com. Guys.
You can barely see it on the...
We are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember, you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where we will always be chatting about the Michelada guy and the fruit guy and everybody else. Hey, Michelada guy hasn't been around in a while.
He has not. We need to invite him here more often.
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks so much for listening to the show. We hope that you've been enjoying it. We've got a few more topics here before we close out. But what we really want to talk about is that fidelity behind advertising and how these people are explaining that they're giving the leads away. And one of the things I think about is no one seems to be complaining about the fact that Zillow is selling the same lead to 3 different people, but it's because they disclose it up front.
Yep.
You know what you're getting with that. And I think that's where the big complaint with Realtor.com is. People seem to have an understanding that these leads are one and that's it. They won't be shared again, and they're not. So it seems like this is almost like a disclosure issue more than anything.
Like with anything, disclose. And if you're disclosing one thing and doing something else, people are going to get upset. And I think that's what's happened here. It's they disclosed one thing.
Where is the BCS?
Bryan College Station, fool.
Oh, well, sorry, man.
Dang, man.
Fool.
I think I put a little bit too much of this salsa in this michelada.
How is
guy's choking over here.
Yeah. Wow. Celebrating today, you guys.
Wow, I see. I'm so glad David's on the show because I would have never known where the BCS was. I thought that was like British Columbia.
And you just left the S?
Yeah, I just thought it was like British Columbia. Yeah. It's not important.
Anyways, can we talk about some of the events that we have coming up? Because we are running out of time, and I think everyone needs to know.
We got a little bit of time.
We got a little time to BS, on BCS.
BCS about the BCS?
I do want to talk about our big event that's coming up, because if you're a realtor and you're listening and you haven't signed up for this event, you've got to go into Eventbrite, type in hashtag Team WPR. It'll pull it up. It's our next big event for our agents. Now, normally we do a summit where we have all these motivational speeches and training, and we decided to get out of the office for a few hours from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to do a huge team building event in downtown Houston. It's going to be a scavenger hunt. It's going to be like the Amazing Race. Yeah. And after that, we're going to have lunch and happy hour and just a bunch of fun with all of our sponsors. It's going to be a great event.
We're really, really excited about this event, and I want to give a big shout out to the people that are supporting us on this, the people that have said, you know what, we love what you guys are doing. Let's do it together. Let's grow together. And right now, so far confirmed, we have a handful of companies, beginning with Valero Title, Josie Anderson over there. She's a big supporter of ours.
Yeah, and they're awesome too.
Maria Segura over at Goosehead Insurance. She immediately wrote back and said, hey, we're ready. Let's do it. How do we move forward? Claudia Mills from America's
Credit Investment. Yeah.
America's Best Credit Repair. She immediately came in and said, "Hey, let's do it." We also got Ana Aponte with BPG Inspections.
Home Inspections, yeah.
BPG Home Inspections, and then she brought in a friend of hers, Dimas Hernandez, and he owns a pest control company here in town. Cool. So we have a lot of really great people. If I've left anybody out, I do apologize. And we'll keep mentioning the people that are supporting us on our webpage. You can follow that at whitepickettrealty.com on Facebook.
I dropped the link for the Eventbrite below, so those of you who are interested, check it out. There are some non-WPR Realtor tickets available, and reach out to me if you want a discount code. David at whitepickettrealty.com.
Just so we make it clear, because we have had some people sign up that are not realtors. this is a realtor
Yes,
event.
yeah.
If you're not
Yeah,
a realtor,
absolutely.
and this is really a white picket realtor event. Now, we don't mind letting other realtors come to our events, and the reason why we do that is because we love sharing our culture with the rest
Absolutely.
of the Houston real estate agents. But if you own a staging company or if you own something else and you just kind of want to sneak in and see if you can promote without actually helping, you're going to get that big X.
Yeah.
So make sure that you let us know if you're not a realtor first. Otherwise, we wouldn't want to.
Yeah, don't be upset when your ticket gets canceled.
And I might call you and make a sales call.
Oh!
And I don't want anyone to run off and run.
We
for the
wouldn't want you
hills.
to complain on Facebook.
I know. Just put up a. I signed up for the WPR event, and then Jabron called me
and asked me to upgrade.
and asked me to upgrade my ticket to the
How
awesome.
dare he? Do not click on that link ever.
What other events do we have coming up, David?
Oh, we have a bunch of really
Yeah,
good ones.
act-
Tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, we do have quite a few this week. Let me know if I'm missing any, guys, because there's so many going on
Tomorrow's
this week.
Segundo de Mayo,
Well,
and that's
because
the big one.
The Dranko de Mayo's coming up.
Yep.
Which, guys, just a reminder, because I've heard a few people say it already, Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day.
No, it's not.
And
And
if
it
you
is
tell
not
that-
Drinko de Mayo
And
either.
if you tell that to a
Drinko de
Mexican,
Cinco.
they get really upset.
Yes.
So don't tell them that. Don't be like, "Oh, Happy Independence Day."
Don't tell a Mexican
skip
person that, all right?
Most Mexicans don't really celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
No.
Surprise! That's like an American thing.
Yeah, it's not even a big deal for us. We just go out and have a margarita with our friends that day. Has nothing to do with
that-
independence.
Really?
All right.
Really? I didn't do that.
Yeah, I do. Anyway, tomorrow we're
don't
going to have
celebrate
margaritas with our friends,
Yeah.
so we should all know about this because that's literally just
Fiesta Week gets kicked off tonight. Taco
Oh.
Tuesday, Realtors, make
Wait,
sure.
I love how you called it
Fiesta Week. We've
Wow.
already branded this week.
Guys, come on, man.
All right, so Fiesta Week starts with Taco Tuesday. I love it. Great way to
So
start.
if you're one of my clients and you're listening, I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
We're going to be out for a few days.
So that starts tonight, 4:30 to 7, and that is Realtors only. Private invites have been sent out via Facebook. So if you got one, make sure to come out and support. And then tomorrow, like Alan was, very excited to get to, we do have the Segundo de Mayo mixer. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that one?
Yeah, this is a phenomenal event.
Infamous.
It's an infamous event because there's a lot of fun that happens at this
Yes.
event, and that's really all it is about. It is NAREP Houston bringing all of the top producing agents in Houston to one place, buying everyone a drink, and just enjoying the atmosphere, sharing, connecting, networking. Last year, it was a packed event. We expect it to be that packed this year again, just because we're also bringing it to a new venue, which is Andalusia.
Yeah, I heard there's some great
And
food on deck.
Andalusia serves tapas, and if you've never had Spanish tapas, this is the place to get them here in town. So we're going to be serving some tapas, drinks, and we're going to be in downtown Houston, which means that once people get
Whatever happens
tired,
after, it
whatever
happens.
happens after, and it all stays in downtown Houston. So
is
it's
that
going to
how it
be a
goes?
great event. I cannot wait to see everyone there tomorrow.
All right, and then the next day, once you recover a little bit from the Segundo de Mayo, there's actually going to be lunch and loteria hosted by none other than our good friend Josie Anderson at Valero Title. And they say there's going to be a game every 15 minutes and snacks and great food on deck. So that should be a
So
good
wait,
time as
this
well.
is happening on Thursday?
Yes, so we have today,
Taco Tuesday,
tomorrow,
Wednesday, Segundo de Mayo,
and then Thursday,
Thursday's
lunch and
loteria.
loteria.
Lunch and loteria.
And for those of you who don't know, you may not be a culture to what loteria is not a lottery. It is like bingo.
Yeah.
It's Mexican
It's
bingo.
Mexican.
Yeah,
Bingo.
I guess
Yeah.
I should explain that. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And so if not, somebody's gonna come over there with like their scratch offs and be like, wait, what do I redeem
What
them
am I
here or
gonna
what?
Now, I don't see anything on Friday or Saturday, but like we mentioned, May 7th is going to be our Team WPR Summit team building event. I have dropped the link below for any realtors that are interested.
Yeah, we have some really cool events coming up. But so you guys can stay in the know. Make sure that you check them out on Houston Real Estate Events. That's where you can find all of the upcoming events that we've mentioned, and really anything else that we think is really awesome that you guys should know about.
I actually got invited to another one. I got to throw this out there, keep it part of that Fiesta week.
Oh, keep it going.
Friday, May 4th.
There it is. I know it's
right
happening.
before Cinco de
There
Mayo.
it is. That's the whole week.
Declaration Title is hosting a Cinco de Mayo fiesta that's got tequila on the advertisement, so you know it's going to be good.
Yep.
Now, where's that one going
It
to be?
said this is going to be at their office, hosted by Declaration Title Memorials, 12649 Memorial Drive.
Nice.
And they say they're going to have cocktails, light bites, and up to $500 in door prizes as they celebrate their clients. So you can literally party every day this week just
Yeah.
with a bunch
You
of
can
realtor
basically
friends.
eat and drink for free every day.
And I know this week is
Brandon,
obviously May the 4th.
did that new millennial thing where they say like FML.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like back in the day. We'd be like, "Yeah, party
know,
all
right?
week."
It sounds like an amazing
It's a
week
lot
to
of hard
me.
work. But May the 4th, for all you Star Wars nerds out there, I know I'm going to be nerding out that day. And then May 5th is also the Kentucky Derby. So a lot of people are having Derby
That's
days
right.
parties.
I saw
in
that.
addition
Yeah,
to the Cinco de Mayo
there's a big one
festivities.
at Dogwood. Look it up on Eventbrite. It's only $20. It's unlimited drinks, mint juleps, and food.
Nice.
I may be going to that.
I'm gonna hit up the
I don't
race
know
park
anything
this
about
weekend.
horse racing, but I can learn.
Yeah, no joke. We have a great week planned out. Don't forget that we're going to be on again this Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. We're here to make sure that your real estate business is growing right alongside with us. Keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.